Okay, part two, welcome back. We're just about to start the reflections on this. All my colours are the same. I'm going to start by putting a nice warm dark colour in here. So you can see it's kind of burnt sienna with burnt umber, kind of a mix. That's what I'm kind of looking at here. So burnt sienna with burnt umber roughly. I'm going to just keep my lines horizontal all the time, okay? Always left to right. And that's the secret with doing reflections. If you're going to be trying this, just remember, keep your lines left to right. And you see the way I'm wiggling my lines here, look. You see that? That gives you the impression of the ripples of the water as well very nicely. You see what I mean? Now, I go down here and leave a little gap here and there as well. That helps with the impression of the ripples. I suppose the difficult part with all of this is knowing when to stop, and when you think you have enough done, that can be very, very tricky as well. As it comes down, you can see it really kind of thins out, doesn't it? It's almost like a little bit here and there. So I'm being careful not to go too far. Now I'm taking some white into that mix with a little tiny touch of phaylo blue. And I'm going to just start softening the colour slightly as it comes across. Again, a little more phaylo blue. So it's a hint of a kind of a greeny shade, I suppose. And as it comes down here then, I'm just softening this kind of bluey colour here and there. Now I'll stop at that, and you can see by looking at the reference photograph, we have a lovely rich pink here, don't we? That's the reflection from the boat hitting the water but creating a warmer shade. So let's try it. Let's take some magenta and some Naples yellow, maybe some cadmium yellow as well actually. Now with that nice warm pink, let's have a look. That's not bad. I'm going to just start at the brown and start working my way up. And on purpose, I'm hitting and missing as well, here and there. Now I'm going to soften that colour across. And very gently soften everything together. You see what I'm doing? I'm just kind of merging the colours together very gently with the tip of my brush. Already we have a lovely reflection, don't we? You see how quick that was just to merge some colours together. Just remember, it's all horizontal and little wiggles with your brush. That's the easiest way to do it, a simple reflection like this. Now I'm taking some black, and I'm going to go in here and just put this black in again. Okay, then I'm going to soften it into the reflection as well. So by doing that, you can't really tell where the boat stops, where it meets the water, because if you have a nice soft kind of merging effect like this, it just brings the boat and it sits the boat down on the water nicely. So I'm just going to wiggle some of that kind of darker colour and a bit here as well to suggest the front of the boat. Look, there's a little bit of darker colour along here and there. and they're all merged nicely together. And how's that? Now that's not a bad little reflection, is it? It's quite nice. And that literally took us minutes, didn't it? Just minutes to do. Maybe 5 or 10 minutes. Now I'm going to take some light blue colour and just add some light whitey colour in between those here and there. Just to break them up a little bit, look. Just break them up slightly. That's all you want to do. A little bit more blue perhaps. Isn't it amazing how quickly we had this done? Just this little, see, it looks like we put a lot of work into it, but in reality, we didn't, did we? It was just kind of hitting the boat with little details here and there, lights and darks. And really, if you think about it, that's what a painting is at the end of the day. It's just lots of lights and darks, isn't it? You have lights and you have darks combining to create an image. So think of it like that. Think of a painting like that, lights and darks. I won't go crazy with this, just a few. I don't want to go crazy altogether. I'm going to put in that little boy up here. I'll get some of this rich dark colour, look. And we'll start with that. And we'll work some nice colours into this. Now we'll start with that. Then we'll go to some light blue, perhaps. Let's get some blue and some white. Soften those together slightly, look. Okay. Then we can take some darker colours. A little bit of dark on one side. And now just create some reflections on the water from those. So just carry that down. The very same as what we did earlier. The very, very same. And a little bit of blue. Left and right, left and right. That's all you have to do. We'll take a rope from that. Okay, like so. And then we need to create a shadow from that, or no, not a shadow, a reflection from that. And then a touch of light. Then we have a lovely rope coming off of the boat, don't we? Let's take some burnt umber and let's just bring this rope down to around here, yes? Then we'll take some darker colour and I'm going to create, you see that little ring we have? And then we get some lighter colour, you see, darks and lights. Let me just create a little light on that. Let that disappear in the water. And then we have a reflection from that, don't we? A very gentle reflection. And let's just give it a little wiggle there and there. Very gentle wiggle, look. And how was that? Now, at this stage, you could continue on and put little details into it if you wanted to add more colour or whatever. You could, absolutely. It's up to yourself what you would like to do at this point. I think I'll just add a few little rich highlights there and there. I'm going to take some cadmium yellow and a touch of cadmium red and get lots of white. I think I need to put in some warm, sunlit colours hitting that boat here and there. I think it needs it. So I'm going to take this mix, a very rich colour, and I'm going to just start popping some of that in where I feel the sunlit, you know, the sun might be hitting this and creating a very warm, almost like an orangey colour. Just in some of these little gaps in there, just very, very subtle lights hitting those. And I think just something like that makes a big difference. And you can see it just adds a bit of colour to it as well, doesn't it? And I think I just need to add a little bit of a bright colour. Maybe even just white, you know, just to really catch some of these lights in here. So a bright white colour will do fine. And I think we don't need to do any more. I think we're finished with this. And look, it was a simple scene, just a little boat on its own. But I think we've captured the feeling, don't you? And if you find this maybe a little bit too difficult for you, I would say just try to simplify it, you know? Just give it a go. You'll never know until you at least try. So do just try it. Give it a quick go and just take your time. Take your time with all the little details. It's the little details that will bring the painting to life in the end, I think. You know, so you see all these little dark areas, look. I'm just putting little blobs of dark colour in just here and there. Just to give the impression of little details. That's all I'm doing. And I think I'm finished. I think I need to stop at this. Just soften a bit of sienna through here and up into the boat. And my friends, I think we're done. I'm going to leave this alone. I'm quite happy with that. I think it's a nice, soft, simple little scene. And I think it turned out quite nice. Now, there is maybe one or two little areas where I could add maybe a slightly darker shade, like a bit of burnt umber, just along in here. Just where it's kind of turning into the shadow and the shade. So maybe just a little bit of burnt umber along in here. Just to darken this section just a little. Maybe, yeah, that's not bad. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you tuning in to this week's tutorial. Thank you so much. I hope you liked that. It was something different, but I think just take your time and have a bit of fun with some detail and a little pointy brush. I think it makes your painting experience much nicer, and you're learning little things as well. So do try it. I'll be back very, very soon. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I will see you very, very soon, my friends. And thank you again to my patrons. You're very, very kind in your support. I'll see you soon. Happy painting. Take care.